everyone suffers on some level from something called imposter syndrome. As great as they may be, as capable as they may be, they think, maybe I'm not as great as I am. Maybe I can't really do it. I don't think that I should be in this situation, in this position. Even someone as great as Moshe Rabbeinu, when God comes to him at the burning bush and says, go save the Jewish people, Moshe looks at God and says, Mi ani, who am I that I should go to Paro and save the Jewish people? You're Moshe? Maybe he just didn't realize it. But sometimes there are people that really are not as great as everyone else. They're not as tall, not as strong, not as smart. They're smaller in some way. What is our message to them? Hi, this is Ruvain Spolter from Kitah.org, and I want to share with you this week's Kitah lesson about the importance and the ability of someone who's small to do great things. And we're going to learn this lesson from a small detail in an aspect of the Korban Pesach that we see in this week's Parshat. In Parshat Bo, we know that when the Jewish people are preparing to leave Egypt before Makat Bechorot, the plague of the firstborn, they have to prepare the Korban Pesach, the Paschal lamb. And Moshe tells them, God tells Moshe, prepare this Korban Pesach, and then you should slaughter the Korban. Ulekachtem agudat ezov. You should take a branch of ezov, normally translated as hyssop, but we're going to come back to that. Utvaltem badam asher basaf. And you should dip this agudah, this branch, into the blood in the bowl. V'higatem el hamashkov ve'el shtei hamezuzot. And you should touch, lahagat, you should touch the lintel and the two side posts, asher min adam asher basaf, from the blood in the bowl. V'atem lo teitzu ish mipetach beito ad boker. And you shall not leave each person from the door of his house until the morning. Meaning, you should take the blood, as we know, they took the blood of the Korban Pesach and they painted the doorway, and that way the angel knew that this was a Jewish home, an Israelite home, and that's how the angel knew not to enter into and to skip over that house, to pass over that house, and to save the inhabitants of that house. Yet the Midrash notes that God is very specific about the paintbrush. It's not just take the blood and smear it, but rather, ulekachtem agudat ezov. You should take a branch of ezov. Now, ezov is normally translated as hyssop, a hyssop branch. That's in the Greek translation of the Bible. But if you look in the Wikipedia says ezov is not a hyssop. Rather, they're very careful. They say that today it's identified with zatar, a zatar shrub. But nonetheless, we can all admit that we can all agree that an ezov, a zatar shrub, is a very low, very minor. It's nice, smells nice. But why did God want the Jewish people to take an ezov? Why take this zatar branch and use it? Says the Midrash, Yesh dvarim she'nir'in shefalim. There are things that look low, they appear low. V'tzivah hakadosh baruch hu la'asot mehem kama mitzvot. And God commanded to use them to perform several mitzvot. Ha'ezov, this little zatar bush, nir'a la'adam she'eno klum, looks like it's nothing. V'kocho gadol lifnei Elohim, but its power is great before God. And so it's used in the Korban Pesach. It's used in Tzarat, in the purification of Mitzorah. It's used in the Para Aduma, and all of these different mitzvot. God commands take this ezov specifically. Why? L'lamedcha is such a beautiful idea that we have to inculcate into ourselves and all of our children as well. L'lamedcha, to teach you. Sha'akatan v'hagadol shavin lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that large and small are equal before God. Ubidvarim ktanim hu oseh nisim, and through even small things, God can perform miracles. V'ayedei ezov, and using this ezov that is shafal be'ilanot, the lowest of the trees of the plants, Ga'al et Yisrael, God redeemed the Jewish people. What a beautiful, what a powerful message. Small things can perform miracles. The message is obvious and we know it intuitively, but sometimes we forget. Sometimes we're a very external society, a visual society. The most beautiful person, the tallest person, the most striking person, the strongest person, and we forget just how much power can come in small packages. Not the smartest person, not the most eloquent person, but those people can really, really do amazing things and change the world. And that's something we have to remind our children. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be the smartest or the strongest. You, in your own way, can really do miracles and create great things in the world. And that we can learn from a very tiny bush that plays a major role in the Korban Pesach. Have a Shabbat Shalom.